Good morning. Myself Sandhya. I am going to teach you about compiler design subject. So before going to in the subject compiler design, so first of all we need to know the basic concepts of compiler design. First let us see evolution of programming languages. So before going to the compiler, what is a compiler, what is a compiler design? So first of all let us know what is the need to know, what is the need to learn about this compiler design. So before going to this, first what is the need of programming languages? Okay, so now let's see the evolution of programming languages. So what is programming? So already you have studied in the previous subjects in the first year and second year subjects. So about programming and programming languages. So programming is nothing but program. What is a program? So program is nothing but set of statements. Okay, so set of statements. What are the set of statements? What is the need of programming? So if you want to make any application, if you want to build any application, and if you want to develop any software, first of all we need to write a program. So what is the problem you are having? That problem should be right in the set of statements. Okay, so then after writing that means the set of statements, to write those programming we need a programming languages. Okay, so here I have written some of the statements about programming. So about programming is nothing which is hard to do the programming to get something done. Okay, to get something done is nothing but if you want to develop any software, so we need to write a programming. We need to write a program. To write a program, we need to learn programming languages. Okay, so now the details are hard to get right and it is very complicated. Okay, so generally it is not enough skilled people to do what is needed. So that's why machines we need to enlist the machines to do some of the work. So that means if you want to make a machine to do any work, so that leads to the programming languages. How the machine will work? So according to your program. So if you want to write a program, then you need to learn programming languages. Okay, so after writing that programming, so then the next point is it's hard to manage the resource of computer and it's hard to control sequence of operations. And earlier it is a very high cost of having machine. So that's why they therefore enlist machines to do some of the work. So it leads to the operating system. Okay, so now this is the basic about the program. That means what is the need of programming languages. So now how the programming languages are invented. That means evolution of programming languages. So in 1940s, generally already you have known there are 3 levels of programming languages. 3 types of programming: machine level programming language, assembly language, and high level language. So the first one is machine level language. So generally this is developed in 1940s. So the machine level language, to write this machine level programming, so we will use a binary or equivalent notations. So for particular task. So then in 1950s they have developed assembly language. So assembly language is nothing but set of mnemonics. Mnemonics is nothing but some meaningful English words. So that means names for instructions. For example, if you want to add 2 integers or 2 binary numbers, so there is a mnemonic in the assembly language, that is add. Add is a mnemonic. So if you write ADD, then it adds the values in the particular registers. Okay, so then names for locations. Generally assembler keeps track of where things are in memory. So then translates this more human language into machine language. Okay, if you write a program in the assembly language, then that language, the program which you have written in the assembly language, will be converted into the machine language, because the computer or the machine will understand only machine language. Okay, so if you write a program in assembly language, okay, so then it needs to total rewrite if you move to a different kind of CPU. Okay. Next, the third type of programming language is high level language. So these high level language were developed in 1960s. So in the high level language, there are so many high level languages were there. So firstly, in 1960, they have developed Fortran, COBOL, BASICs. So generally we don't know about these programming languages. So but before learning about C and C++, Java, so they have developed Fortran, COBOL basics. Okay, so if you want to write a program in these languages, Fortran, COBOL basics, that should be write in natural notations. For example, there are some mathematical formulas. Okay, so then that program will be converted into the assembler. Okay, so then, but what is the disadvantage of these Fortran COBOL basics? It is very low efficiency when you are in use of machine. But what are the advantages of these high level programming languages? Accessible to much wider population of users, and these languages are portable. So portable means the same program can be translated into for different machines. In the previous assembly language, I have told you one point, that is a needs total rewrite move to a different kind of CPU. So the same program will be not work in the different kind of CPU. Again, you need to rewrite. But coming to the high level language, the same program can be translated for the different machines. And it is a more efficient in programmer time also. Later in 1970s, they have developed C programming language, that is system programming language. So already you have studied about this C programming language. Already you have known what are the advantages and disadvantages also. So but let's see what are the main points regarding this C language. It is very efficient and expressive enough to take on any programming task. Okay, so by using the C programming language, we can write assemblers, compilers and operating systems also. Okay, and that C program can be converted into the assembler. Then what are the advantages of this C programming language? It is accessible to much wider population of programmers, and it is also a portable. So like Fortran, COBOL basics, same program can be translated for the different machines. Okay, and one more thing is it is very faster and cheaper, the hardware point view. Okay, next in 1990s they have developed scripting languages, that means web and component based languages. So already you have heard about these languages like Java, Perl, Python, Visual Basics, JavaScript. All these comes under the scripting language and web based languages, component based languages. So in these languages we will write big programs by combining different components already written, often based on virtual machine. So then what are the advantages of these scripting and web and component based programming languages? Portable, same program can be translated for the different machines, and these are faster and cheaper also. Next, in 2000s, evolution of programming languages in 2000s. Okay, so more of the same programming language are going on after the 2000s also, but some of the updates will happened in these languages. So more of the same, more specialized languages for specific application areas, and Flash or action scripts for animations in web pages. Ongoing refinements, C, C++, Fortran, COBOL all have new standards, and copycat languages, that means Microsoft C hash, strongly it is related to Java. Scripting languages similar to Perl, Python, etc. Okay, so these are the languages were developed in